What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy K-Mac here, coming at you with some Pokemon X and Y. I'm going to be showing you guys all the Mega Evolutions in the game and be telling you how you guys can find their Mega Evolution Stones and where to find them. Let's go ahead and jump right into this with my favorite of all the Mega, which is, of course, the X Mega Evolution Charizard. Now, you can only get this in the version of X, and the way you get this is you get the stone at Professor Sycamore's laboratory if he's your starter. Or you also get, if he's not your starter, you can get it on Vernal Avenue Stone Emporium if he's not your starter. This same goes for all three of the Mega Evolutions of the Venusaur and Blastoise. But this is the Y Mega Evolution that you can only get in the Y version of Pokemon X and Y. It's still cool, but I don't think it's quite as cool. It's not Dragon type as the blue one is. I like the Dragon type better. I've always thought that Charizard should be a Dragon type, and now he finally is. That's why I bought the X version. Next up is Venusaur. Now you can get the Venusaur Stone at, like I said, Professor Sycamore's laboratory if he's a starter, and at Vernal Avenue Stone Emporium if he is not your starter. Basically, the same will go for all three of the Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. It will go all three of them. If he's your starter, like you see this Blastoise, your starter, you'll get it at Sycamore's laboratory. If not, you'll get it at the Stone Emporium later on in the game. But I do like the Blastoise. It's pretty cool looking. But I just love Charizard so much. I'm going to have to get the X Charizard. It's going to be so fucking cool. I cannot wait to get that. Next up is the Mega Evolution of one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, Gengar. And this is a Ghost Poison type Mega Evolution. And you get this Mega Evolution Stone for Mega Gengar at Laverne City. And it is just given to you. That's all the information I have. I have not made it this far. But I know you get it in Laverne City. So if you're in Laverne City looking for a Mega Gengar, that's where you get the stone for it. And I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. Next up is the Mega Evolution of Blaziken. Now, this is a fire and fighting type, as we've come to know. And all it says to get this one is you have to have an event Tortic. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means yet, but I feel like this is going to be one of the harder Mega Evolutions to get your hands on. But I'm going to try my damnedest to get my hands on this one. Next up on the list is Mega Evolution for Gyarados, another one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. It says here that is not only water type, but it is now dark type, and that's really cool and really intriguing to me. But anyway, you can get this stone for him at the Caraway Town after you beat the Elite Four in the post game. You have to beat the whole game before you guys can get this stone, so I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. It's going to be really, really cool. Next up is another one of my all-time favorite first Gen 1 is Pinsir. Mega Pinsir is really cool looking with wings now, and it's picked up a flying type. Now, you can only get this in X version, and you get it in the Saltoon Forest post-game, just like Gyarados after you beat everything, and only in X version, it says here. Next up is awesome. This looks so amazing, is Alakazam, Mega Alakazam. This looks like one of the most badass Mega Evolutions. If you get this in the Reflecting Cave, Basement Floor 3, again, post-game after beating all the storyline, you get this post-game. And this is another one of those badass looking ones I cannot wait to fucking have. Next up is, this is a Mega Lucario, and it's a fighting / steel type, which is really cool. And it says here that it has to be held by a gifted Lucario. Not quite sure what that means. I'm sure we'll have more information on that later, but that's how you get it. You have to be held by a gifted Lucario. Not sure what that means just yet, but I'll have more information on that later. Next up is Mega Tyranitar, which is a rock / dark type. And you get him in the Silage Gym. And again, this is an X-only exclusive Mega Evolution. And it looks really cool. I'm going to be a big fan of this one. Next up on the list is one of the coolest bug-type Pokemon of all time, I think, in my opinion at least, is Mega Heracross. And this is, of course, a bug and fighting-type Pokemon. And you can only get this one in post-game Y only in the Satuloon Forest. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you get it in the Satuloon Forest post-game Y only. Next up is the Mega Mewtwo. This is the Y version, of course. This you can only get in the Pokemon Village of the Unknown Dungeon. That's just post-game. This is the Y version of the Mega Evolution. There's also an X version. Those are up next on the list. You'll be seeing that in just one second. But this looks really cool. I cannot tell which one I want more. I don't know if I want the Y one or the X one more. But this is the X version of Mega Mewtwo. It is the same thing and is in the Pokemon Village of the Unknown Dungeon. Post-game after you beat the whole storyline. And it is a psychic fighting type, same as the other one in Y. But I cannot choose which one I want more. I'm going to have to get them both and just be badass with both of them. Next up on the list is Mega Gravidor. And this is actually a Psychic and Fairy type, and Fairy type is pretty much a new type to the Pokemon thing. It's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to this one. The way you get this one is being held by a traded Ralt, which you do in the Lumi City Southern Boulevard, and then the cafe in the bottom floor is where you get this one. It's going to be a really cool one, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. I'll try that Fairy type. Looks really cool. Next up is Mega Kangaskhan, which looks like it has the baby finally out of its pouch, which you get through going into the Glittering Cave in the post game on either X or Y. And that's how you get this one. It's a normal type, just like it's always been, and it's pretty cool looking. Like I said, as the baby finally came out of its pouch. I'm not sure how the moveset will be on that, but looking forward to using that one too. Well, next up is Mega Abomasnow, and he's a grass and ice type. A lot of these combinations of these Mega ones are really cool combinations of types. But you get the stone for the Mega Evolution of him in the Frozen Cave, and it is just given to you by a stranger. Should not be too hard to get your hands on this Mega Evolution Stone, and a really cool Pokemon to get out of it. Next up on the list is Mega Houndoom, and this one's really cool. And he is a dark and fire type, which is a really cool combination again. And you get the stone for his Mega Evolution on Route 16 on the post game, but this is a Y exclusive one. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get this one on my X version, which is really sad because this one's really fucking cool. But next up is Mega Aerodactyl, my favorite fossil Pokemon of all time is Aerodactyl. And this is a rock and flying type, just like it's always been, but it's really cool with these new spikes and stuff coming out of his face and arms and legs. Really cool looking, and you get this one in the Ambret Town. This Mega Evolution Stone is just given to you by a person, and it should not be hard to get, but really cool looking, and really gonna be really powerful with the flying and rock combo. Cannot wait to get my hands on that one as well. Next up is Mega Ampharos, which is a electric dragon type Pokemon, which is a really cool combination. And you get this one at an Azure Bay, and again, this one is just given to you, and it's available in both X and Y versions. And a dragon type electric Pokemon. It sounds really fucking cool. I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. Coming up next is the Mega Evolution of Skizor, which is really fucking cool. This thing is a Bug Steel type Pokemon. And you get this Mega Evolution Stone in the Frozen Cavern behind Abomasnow. You can only get this in the post game. It again is available in both X and Y versions, and a really, really cool upgrade to Skizor. It's going to be really cool. Looking forward to his moveset and all of his programs. Next up is Mega Mawile, which is a Steel and Fairy type Pokemon. Again, another really fucking cool combination of types. I cannot wait to see what his moveset has. It's going to be really interesting how they do these. But anyway, you get the Mega Evolution Stone for him in the Shabanu Castle, and he is available in both X and Y versions. Next up is the Mega Evolution of Aggron, and he is just a plain Steel type. You can only get him in the Y version of the game, and you get him after the Silage Gym. I'm really bad at pronouncing these words. The Silage, I don't know, but you get him after being a gym leader, and he's only in the Y version of the game. Next up is Mega Metacham, and he is a fighting psychic type, and you get him in the Leverin City in the post game. Like I said, most of these are post game. You don't get most of these until after you beat most of the main storyline. And again, this one's really fucking cool looking. The fighting psychic type combination could be really interesting with his moveset, and can be really interesting to see what he has to bring to the table. Next up is a Manectric. You get him in only X version, and you get him on Route 16 post game. Like I said, most of these are post game. Only X version, and he is just this plain electric type. And really cool looking. I like the design on this one. It's really interesting how they gave him these giant camel spike thing looking things. Really cool looking. Looking forward to him. Next up is Banette, and this is just a plain ghost type, and you can get him in either version, X or Y, in the Cave of Emptiness post game. After beating the main storyline, you can get him in the Cave of Emptiness. Really cool looking design on this one as well. Ghost type, could be really cool move sets. Next up though is Mega Absol, which is just a plain dark type Pokemon, and you can find him in the Kalude City post game given to you. Basically, after you beat the game, you will go to this city. You'll find somebody who has a stone. You can evolve your Absol into Mega Absol, and it looks really badass and a cool dark type Pokemon. And this is the last one on the list. This is the Mega Evolution of, and he is a Dragon Ground type Pokemon, which is really fucking cool. And you can get him in both X and Y versions. After you beat Victory, or after you beat the Elite Four, you find him on the stone for this on the Victory Road post game, and that is it for all the Mega Evolutions in both games. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you guys could go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more Pokemon X and Y videos, along with more Call of Duty and Battlefield videos. You make sure you guys are subscribing as well, so you guys can get more of these videos in your sub box as I make them daily. And that's it, guys. Until next time, game the fuck on. Peace out.